Welcome back. Today we're going to be going over a cool down stretch that you can incorporate at the end of your training sessions or practices. First, we have sit and reach. As simple as it sounds, the athletes will sit down on the ground and reach and grab either their ankles or the soles of their feet. They will then pull until their head is at their knees or try their hardest to get to this position. It is important to tell athletes to exhale and breathe during all of these stretches and not to hold in their breath. Exhaling allows for the body to be looser and allow for a deeper range of motion in the stretch. Athletes next will sit up and then spread their legs as wide as they possibly can and then reach down to the right and left side respectively. Here you're going to do the exact same thing as sit and reach. Now you're going to target one side of the leg and hamstrings entirely while letting the other side of the leg relax at the moment. Try to get 30 seconds worth of stretching on each leg for this exercise. Next exercise on the agenda is hurdle stretch, having one leg go forward and the other leg go back in a bent angle. Once athletes have their legs straight or bent, they will then lean back and try to have their shoulders on the ground the entire time. Emphasis on athletes trying to keep their knee that's bent on the ground while having their leg that's straight have that toe point up towards the sky. Again, emphasis on breathing techniques and athletes exhaling through this exercise. Next up is an exercise that's going to target the hip flexor with lateral rock back. Here the athlete is going to stick one leg out and have one leg bent. That leg that is bent will have that knee on the ground. Both hands are also on the ground to help hold the body in the upright position. Here the athlete will hinge at the hips and move their hips back as if they're trying to touch an imaginary wall with their hips in a rocking back motion. Tell athletes to sort of lean into the hip of the leg that is outstretched and elongated. Then have the athletes rock forward into the initial position. Repeat this movement and motion until you get to the desired number of reps that you want. Lastly is cobra stretch. Cobra stretch is an exercise to help target athletes' lower backs. For this stretch, athletes are going to be laying on the ground, prone on their stomach with their hands fully stretched and elongated out, pressing the floor down. Athletes are then going to press their hips through the ground or through the floor and get a good stretch in that lower back, trying to press their chest forward as far as possible. A coaching cue that I like to give my athletes right here is to imagine that they have a huge cowboy belt buckle on and to instruct athletes to try to leave a belt buckle imprint in the floor with how hard they're trying to press that belt buckle and their hips through the floor right here to really emphasize getting the most out of that lumbar spine with that stretch. And with cobra stretch being done, that is the end of the cool down stretch, and we have successfully targeted the hip flexor, hamstrings, quads, and lumbar spine with this stretch to help the athletes feel rested and recovered for the next exercise and for the next training session.